Turn the video on too. All right.
All right. So we have Shaq Jules in here. Shaq had 15 points and 10 rebounds for a double-double. We'll ask that you state your name and affiliation before you ask your first question. Questions for our student-athlete. Yeah, go ahead, David.
David de Guzman from WFXR. Shaq, the game kind of tightened up at the end of the first half. What halftime adjustments did you guys make? What did you guys talk about in the locker room so that you guys could pull away in that second half?
We were playing them kind of good. 29 points is pretty much kind of too high for us. We wanted to keep them on the 60 and under, be on track for that, which we did tonight. In the halftime, Coach Jones just told us, in terms of matchups, playing tighter, lock in and just, execute the game plan. Pretty much, we weren't really that phased by it.
Go ahead, Eric.
Eric Johnston, WSLS 10. Can you just speak to the shot selection tonight? It seemed like you guys never settled for anything, but you really passed up a good shot to make sure you had a great opportunity at the rim there.
Right, yeah. We had a lot of great shots. We've been working in practice. Coach has been harping on, good shot selection, moving the ball. We had problems in, past games where, and we kind of still do, but, we're limiting it. But we have problems where, we'll get the ball and just jack up the shot. And, that kind of wastes the possession. We kind of, coach would go in practice and tell us, move the ball more. Even me, like I'll get the ball and I'll try to go, rip drive and go to the rim. And, coach would tell us, move the ball around, go uphill, hit the corner guys and, it'll come. In offense, we like to score in green, which is like, 12 seconds and under. And, we like to, say he wants us to move the ball more so we can get what we want.
Hey, Shaq, just to kind of get back out there after dropping 4 of the last 5 to end the regular season, get back out there and get this one under your belt in the tournament. Something to be said for that, and did it feel good to obviously get that done?
Right, yeah. This is a big win for us, especially a tournament game where, like you said, we're a young team. When people probably know that we're a very young team. We lost like 4 or 5 seniors last year. We got a bunch of transfers. Our guards are freshmen, so, hitting adversity, dropping those 4 or 5 games kind of got us down a little bit. But, this win was pretty big to get us back up and around for our team going in the tournament.
Yeah, Shaq, Mike Maslick from the Roanoke Times. The defensive effort, did you get a sense that you guys were frustrating them, especially in the second half? They went like 6 minutes without a field goal. Just what did you think of that defensive effort, and what did you get a sense of it on the court?
Defensively, that was just us, we were pretty locked in. We had a lot of 50-50 balls where, they were passing the paint, our hands were active. And you see in the game, there was always they were passing inside and, it'll be one of our hands will hit it and then hit the ground, and you'll see guys on the floor trying to get it, get those 50-50 balls. So in terms of just our hustle and, working hard, the fight for position, get the ball, it kind of showed that we wanted it more than them. We weren't trying to give them anything easy. I think one of the top players, Warren, he had like 22 points, but then like 19 shot attempts. So, we was working hard, not giving anything easy, because it's tournament time. We don't want to, go back and be like, dang, like that was something that could have been fixed, So, yeah.
Thanks.
Couple more questions, guys.
Raymond Raffett with the Taunton. Shaq, this is one of your biggest games in your career. How do you feel after giving a performance like that tonight, and what are you looking forward to with the next game?
This game was pretty big. saying I'm a D2 transfer from Aiken. You know, I always dreamed of being on a stage like this playing. So, you know, this is a big confidence booster for me. You know, just trying to continue helping my team, rebounding in points. You know, saying in terms of next game, it just, you know, it's going to keep bringing momentum, you know, saying for wherever we play next. And yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Anything else, guys? Awesome. Shaq, if you just leave that on mute, we should have Coach Jones in here quickly.
All right. Thank you, guys.
We have head coach Mike Jones following tonight's game. He'll begin with an opening statement. We'll take questions from there.
Well, you know, anytime you win a game at this time of year in March, it's an opportunity to advance and continue to play. If you lose, you go home. So, you know, it's good to be moving on. You know, obviously our defensive effort was really good for the entire game. We made it difficult on them. We didn't give them any free looks for the most part. Everything was contested, and consequently, we were able to hold them to a low percentage shooting wise from both 2 and from 3. And, you know, that really made the difference in us winning the game tonight.
All right, David, go ahead.
Hey, Coach David DeGuzman, WFXR. You know, Shaq talked about shot selection earlier, and I'm kind of wondering if that's kind of a benefit of being on your home floor. What does home court advantage kind of mean to you in this tournament, in this year? That's, you know, obviously unlike any other. Yeah, I mean, home court advantage didn't mean a whole lot down the stretch for us, but luckily we were able to turn that around tonight. You know, I just thought, particularly in the second half, offensively, we played with poise. We took our time. We didn't turn it over as much in the second half as we did in the first half, and we were able to get some good shots. You know, we just played off 2 feet and, you know, shared the ball and made good plays. And so that helps with the shot selection, especially when you're getting layups and wide open threes. So, yeah, it was, you know, a great effort by the team to settle down. You know, obviously, you know, playing in their first, you know, postseason game, we had a lot of young guys, a lot of guys who hadn't had that experience at this level. And so we were a little out of sorts at times in the first half. The second half, I thought we settled down and were able to share the ball and get some great looks.
Go ahead, Eric.
Eric Johnson, WSLS 10. Coach, you touched on it there, the boys that you guys played with despite being young.
What's up,
How
E?
much have you – I'm good. How much have you seen that grown here as you approach the postseason? Just how much your younger guys have grown to kind of stay poised in these bigger moments, especially here in the tournament now?
Yeah, you know, I thought Xavier was really good in the second half. You know, Famir's been pretty consistently good. He turned it over a little bit too much tonight, but you know, overall, you know, those guys have been through, you know, just about everything you can go through in college basketball. We've had close games on both, you know, where we're down and have to come back and then make it a close game. We've had close games where we've been ahead and other team has come back. So they've seen a lot of different things. And so at this point in the year, they're no longer freshmen. You know, they've got enough games under their belt to consider themselves, you know, sophomores. And so that experience, you know, had paid off, you know, down the stretch, and it really paid off tonight. I thought they played with a lot of poise.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, Coach, the effort in the paint in the first half, especially with Jules and Jonkum, how big was that for you guys to kind of establish it, kind of dominate it early, and kind of set the tone, it seemed like?
Yeah, we thought that we would have an advantage in the paint. You know, we did in the first couple of games, and you know, we told the guys that, you know, if they're intentional about it, they can really you know, set the tone in there, and those guys did. You know, they've done it pretty much all year. I thought today, you know, with Lou being in foul trouble, that Shaq really stepped up and got some things done. But I told Shaq his job is easy. You know, he catches it and he dunks it or lays it in. The guard has the hard job as long as he'll take his time and play off 2 feet and make the right play. Then all Shaq has to do is lay it up. So I tease him about it, but he does have a knack for putting the ball in the bucket, and he has a knack for being physical around the basket. And, you know, that's really helpful to our team.
As a coach, how pleased are you in the second half when it seemed like Hampton was getting frustrated, missing all those shots, and your defensive effort is kind of getting them a little flustered? I mean, is that exactly what you want to see, basically?
Yeah, I mean, we had some possessions offensively where we turned it over or we missed shots, but we didn't hang our head. We went down the other end and we really dug in on the defensive end, and they missed. And so there's no advantage for them if even if we don't score or turn it over, but we don't let them score, then there's no advantage. And if we've got a lead, we're able to maintain that lead. And I thought our guys did a good job of moving on from whatever happened in the past and really focused on what was happening in the present. And that's why we were able to really dig in defensively and get some stops, and consequently frustrated them a little bit, I thought, in the second half, which was really nice to see.
And what was the key difference between tonight and when you guys lost the 4 in a row? And what did you see was kind of the key difference from that losing streak to tonight?
I mean, first of all, those two teams that we lost to are great defensive teams, not good. They're great defensive teams, and they really shocked us, I thought, with their physicality on both games, both series, and we didn't respond to it the right way. Sometimes we force stuff that we probably shouldn't have, and if we play with a little bit more poise, it makes a difference. We played a little bit like that in the first half this game, but in the second half we really settled down and were able to get some better offensive possessions because we play with more poise.
Thanks.
Anything else, guys?
Raymond Raff of the Taunton. Coach, your team's looking pretty good. We're heading into next round. What are you looking to tell your players heading into Thursday?
Just to be Radford. Regardless of who we play, we've got to do the things that we emphasize and that we work on every day. Try to be as consistently good with our defensive fundamentals, consistently good with our offensive execution, and taking care of the basketball and sharing the basketball. And, regardless of who we play, we'll have a chance to win if we do those things.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
That all, guys? Awesome. Thanks, Coach. If you just leave that on mute, we should have Hampton head coach Buck Joyner in here. Jim, I'll let you take it over from there.
All right. Thank you.
Oop, there he is.
Yeah.
There we go. Buck, just opening statement and then let Ray go to work.
Really not much to say. You got to give Radford all the credit that you can. They came out, played physical, played tough, put us in a hole early, and it was a hole that we really couldn't fight out of. And again, I think we reverted back, to some things that we did early on that we thought we had kind of grown up a little bit from. But at the end of the day, the kids fought. They fought hard. It just wasn't our night.
Buck, I want to ask you about the shooting for you guys tonight. They were talking a lot about their defense, but I felt like you guys had plenty of shots that were pretty open for you guys. So was it just not falling, or were they actually playing defense that was struggling for you?
I'm not going to take nothing away from them. I mean, I think they did play relatively good defense, but, I do think we missed a lot of shots that we normally, a couple of Davion shots he usually knocked down. A couple of Chris's shots he usually knocked down. Deuce, all his shots were pretty much in the lane or free throw line. He usually knocks those down for us. So, again, I think we had a tough night. I'm not going to say that they didn't play defense well. I think they did. They did what they wanted and were supposed to do. But, we missed a lot of we missed a lot of shots that we normally make. And I think it affected us mentally because now you have to rely on your defense the whole game, and that's tough to do.
Another thing I want to ask about, especially early, there were so many charges being called. How did that affect your momentum in trying to get going? Well,
I think part of them charges early on, it may have, because we had to pull Chris, we had to pull Deuce, we played 10 minutes without 3 of our starters. That does help kill your momentum a little bit, but I think we were on the other end of that too. I think we got a few charges ourselves that we were able to keep it close. At one point within the last minute or two, a basket here or there, it's even a tie, or maybe we even take the lead. We just didn't capitalize. But again, when you do have 3 guys in foul trouble in the first 10 minutes of the ball game, and then you have to pull them. It does affect you. And again, I don't know if they were good or bad calls or not, but because of this COVID and the way we have to sit, it's so far away. You kind of got to take their word for it. But at the end of the day, it did affect us because we had to play without 3 of our starters.
Wanted to ask about this season, which is obviously tough for everybody, but you guys had it even more so with that month-long break that you had. So kind of looking at the season as a whole, how do you kind of evaluate where your program is after the season and where it's headed?
I'm really, like I told a young man, am I happy we lost? No, none of us are. But dealing with some of the adversities we had, and for us more so when we had them, I don't think we were any different than anybody in the country with kids catching COVID. But when your kids catch COVID in the middle of January and February, and you have to sit, halfway through the conference play and then come back and try to pile those games on top of each other, it was kind of tough. But, I'm proud of those guys. They fought, they didn't complain. And we ended up in the quarterfinals of our tournament, and we lost to a good Radford team.
I wanted to ask what the future looks for you guys, considering there's so many different eligibility rules that are adding. And then I wanted to ask who's coming back, if any seniors are coming back as like a grad student, or if Edward would be coming back as like a medical redshirt. Like, what's the future like for some of those seniors?
Well, as of right now, they all say that they're coming back. So if they are, we're very pleased. If that's the case, we're just trying to plug 1 or 2 pieces here or there, if that. Again, I think we need more capable bodies behind Dejour so that he doesn't have to bang as much as for as long as he had to do this year. But again, we think we got a good nucleus of guys. We think we got a good group coming back. If everybody stick to what they say and they do come back, for once, we'll be on that other end where we're saying we're returning 4 and 5 starters, and we're to where we're always rebuilding pretty much every other year, where you lose players or JUCO kids, transfer kids, hopefully next year we'll be on that point where we're returning 4 5 guys, and then we'll actually get a summer to work together. We'll get a preseason to work together. I feel good about the future if all that happens.
Last thing I want to ask you about is every team is different. No matter how many returners you have, you're going to have a different identity. And so when you look back on this season's team and this group of guys and what you guys went through, what will stick out the most?
Without going into detail as to why I'm saying this, what sticks out to most is that the intestinal fortitude of these guys. They went through a lot, and we had a short time to get to where we needed to be able to play college basketball games. And we had to kind of learn on the go. And those guys, they tried. They gave us everything that they had. And I'm proud of them for that.
All right. Thank you, Buck. I appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks, Buck. Safe travels.
All right. No doubt.